Fans hoping for home ice advantage. The Sens Army is getting ready for Game 3 of the Senators Hurricanes playoff series after back-to-back losses in Carolina. Good afternoon. This is CTV News at 5. I'm Stefan Keys. From living rooms across Ottawa to the Sens Mile on Elgin Street and the Red Zone at the Canadian Tire Centre. Excitement is building for Game 3 of the Senators Hurricane series. Our Patricia Bowl is there on special assignment. Patricia, I know puck drop is still 2.5 hours away, but set the tone for us.
2.5 hours away, but people. Red and black. We all good? I'm not sure. Do we have audio? Okay. Stop moving around and make sure you can actually hear this. All right, red and black in here behind us. And it is awesome that obviously there's no Leafs to be concerned about in the playoffs.
All right, we have some interference with Patricia's technology there, so we're going to move on and try to get back to Patricia in a bit. Also topping the news today, police warning seniors to be vigilant. They are anticipating a rise in so-called distraction thefts, where criminals get you to focus on one thing while they rob you of the jewelry you are already wearing. CTV's Caitlin Wilson joins us live in studio with more. And Caitlin, tell us why the anticipated uptick.
Yes, Stefan, police say with the warmer weather, people are wearing less layers, making them and their jewelry more exposed. And tonight, 2 victims targeted hours apart are speaking out. In one case, video shows the moment after Sanglaw says he was robbed, running after what appears to be a dark-colored BMW. He says he was choked and his necklace stolen outside his Somerset Street West restaurant after 2 men tried to hand him a gold chain on Monday. 3 hours later, another victim approached in the parking lot of a Walmart says she too was handed a gold chain before her necklace was ripped from her neck. Police say these thefts can happen fast, with one person distracting while another steals.
All in a matter of 1 minute. As an older person, I was assaulted, I was robbed, I was violated, broad daylight.
He is a bit shooken up, I would say. A bit traumatized, but he is fine. And yeah, we've been getting a lot of support, and we thank everyone for backing us up.
Police say they are seeing more of these so-called distraction thefts, but can't confirm if these cases are connected. If something like this happens to you, police say do not follow the suspects. Instead, call 911 and try to get a vehicle description, direction of travel, and any details about what the suspects were wearing. Stefan?
All right, thank you for this, Caitlin. CTV's Caitlin Wilson reporting live for us. A positive development for residents living along the Ottawa River. It's official, water levels are starting to recede. The water dropped 3 to 4 centimeters through Ottawa and Gatineau this morning, the first drop in a week. The Ottawa River Regulation Planning Board says water levels are stabilizing 5 to 15 centimeters below peak levels in 2023. Still, more than 500 properties in Gatineau remain at risk of flooding. An update now. Police divers have found a body inside a submerged vehicle in Lake Ontario near Napanee. An OPP officer attempted to stop a driver on Bath Road just before 11 o'clock Tuesday night. Police said the vehicle hit a ditch and ended up in the lake. The Special Investigations Unit is now probing what role police may have played in leading to this fatal outcome. A motorcyclist has died following an overnight crash west of Kingston. Ontario Provincial Police say the bike crashed into a guardrail on Bath Road in the township of Bath at midnight. The 27-year-old driver from Brampton was pronounced dead at the scene. Employees in one federal department will not be required to spend more time in the office this summer. As of May 4th, executives will be required to work on site 5 days a week, while all other federal employees will need to be in the office a minimum of 4 days per week starting July 6th. However, the Public Service Alliance of Canada tells CTV News that Global Affairs has told its workers they will not be required to work in the office 4 days a week immediately this summer. CTV News has reached out to Global Affairs for more information. 8 new housing projects will be built in the city of Ottawa with more than 1,100 new rental homes. Prime Minister Mark Carney was on Geyser Place in Barrhaven this morning to announce Build Canada Homes has approved the housing projects in the capital. It's part of the $400 million housing partnership between the city and the feds to build non-market housing units. Carney says construction will begin in the next few months.
Now, beyond here in Nepean, we're building in Centertown, in Sandy Hill, in Overbrook, and Lincoln Heights. Homes across this city built by Canadians for Canadians.
Ottawa Council has approved waiving development fees and building permit costs to help build the new housing units in the capital. The feds and city have agreed to build 3,000 homes. Rural residents with individual roadside mailboxes will continue to receive home mail delivery for the foreseeable future. Canada Post says rural addresses won't be affected by the plan to reduce home delivery. Last week, the Crown Corporation announced 4 million homes will be shifted from home delivery to community mailboxes. Ontario now has a new curriculum requirement for students in grade 10, and that's learning how to manage money. Right now, learning about financial literacy is an elective course, but starting in September, students will need to pass a test while in 10th grade. They'll need to score a minimum of 70% to pass and graduate. The province says it's about balancing the books, teaching teens how to budget, save, invest, and avoid scams. Many parents say the course is long overdue. Experts agree.
The sort of transition between high school and the sort of real world, knowing a lot of that stuff about taxes and interest is very important. You're starting to actually have expenses and things you have to pay for.
So if you can teach kids and then young adults and then down the line enough discipline when they're young, I think it's going to be embedded in their systems, and they'll be able to say no to a lot of these things because you're exposed to it 24/7 now with your phones, which is good for merchandisers, not so good for consumers. So you have to know how to say no.
The financial literacy will be included as part of the Ontario Curriculum's careers course, many applauding this as a skill young adults can take to the bank. The CHEO Research Institute has opened a new unit to expand its capacity to conduct pediatric clinical trials.
We are able to have a lot more clinical trials for youth and children at home, right here.
It's just a wonderful, wonderful day here for Ottawa, for Canada broadly, to see this kind of space open up.
These research spaces provide infrastructure, expertise, and operational support to lead and host more trials. This becomes the 6th of its kind at the CHEO Research Institute, dedicated to improving access for families. Drivers will want to fill up the gas tank tonight before prices jump above 170 cents a litre. Canadians for Affordable Energy President Dan McTagg says gas prices will increase 6 cents a litre tomorrow. Gas will be around 175 cents a litre. The uncertainty in the Middle East continues to rattle oil markets.
Miller to Ehlers, slot shot, score!
Coming up on CTV News at 5, we will head back to the Canadian Tire Centre as the Senators look to improve their performance in the series with the Hurricanes. And our Jackie Pears is live at an NFL draft party at Lansdowne tonight. Jackie, sport excitement definitely in the Ottawa air today.
That's right, Stefan. Akeem Mesidor, NFL prospect. It is draft day, and tonight we are celebrating him, and this is going to be the official watch party for this evening. Great conditions. The red carpet is going to begin any minute now. Lots of sunshine as well, and there is a little bit of a breeze, but nothing too drastic in terms of wind gusts. So a nice day to be outside celebrating sports, celebrating the wonderful weather we've been having. 15 degrees right now in Ottawa, about 10 degrees in Kingston. A little bit of cloud cover around Petawawa in the valley, but 14 degrees is the current temperature. -2 is what it's getting down to. A few clouds in the sky for the overnight, but tomorrow another sunshine day, 13 degrees. The anticipated daytime high, not much in terms of precipitation, and we will be trending this way for the next several days. We'll get a look at your long-term forecast and more from here at Lansdowne Park in just a bit.
Thank you, Jackie. Here's what you need to know. Enjoy fries, cheese curds, and gravy this weekend at the Orleans Poutine Fest. Enjoy more than 75 kinds at the Centrum Plaza. It's on Friday through Sunday. A live check on traffic right now. We can see that the westbound lanes of the Queensway are slow going. Of course, it is hockey night in Ottawa, so if you are westbound headed towards Canada, just know that it will be slow moving. Volume starts to build around Nicholas and really gets backed up around Parkdale out beyond Woodruff. You're watching CTV News at 5.
You're watching CTV News at 5 with Stefan Keys.
Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, speaking of teams, one of Ottawa's favorites could build major momentum with a win tonight. The Sens are back home, and tonight fans hope that, being in familiar territory with big backing from Sens Army, can change the luck they've been seeing in this series so far. Let's check back in with CTV's Patricia Bull, who is live in the red zone, and I believe we've corrected those technical difficulties, Patricia.
Yeah, hoping our luck is a little better now with the audio here, Steph. And yeah, it's a great party that has broken out in the red zone already, and it is indeed a red zone, a sea of black and red today, unlike last year when, of course, there were a lot of Leafs fans who were in our shots. This is a little different, and it's going to be a major home ice advantage in this game. The Senators have played very well on home ice, particularly down the stretch. Now, all the fans will be going in at 5:30 after partying out here, cheering their team on, but knowing they are in tough. Just like back in January, they have a bit of a hill to climb. They're 0-2 in this series, and it was in January that the Sens found themselves in last place in their division, only to fight back and claim a playoff spot. And now, this team, another mountain to climb, but they will lean heavily on this home crowd for the first time in this series, a factor the players say could make a difference.
I think it's doing the same thing they did in their building. It's coming back home, taking advantage of the energy and the noise that's going to be in our favor tonight in front of our fans.
The biggest part is just come out, just give me goosebumps. I feel like all the guys, and that's the energy you kind of feed off, and yeah, that's what you dream about as a kid when you play on the PlayStation or wherever, the towels going.
That double overtime loss was so painful, obviously, for fans and for the players as well. They get a boost in the back end tonight. Tyler Clevin will be in the lineup, which will maybe help because some defensemen in that game had to play over 40 minutes. Hopefully we do not go to overtime tonight, which is actually what happened in Game 3 in this series last year against the Leafs when they were down 0-2. Dean Brown of TSN 1200, the voice of the Ottawa Senators, will remember that very well. What's the difference with this team this year, do you think, compared to the team we saw that could not get it done against the Leafs last year?
Well, you know, Trish, I think probably the biggest thing is just experience, both as people and as players. They've got a year under their belts, and I think they're probably a more together defensive team than they were last year, and they've been through it before. Experience is a huge thing this time of year.
Everyone says it's not quite a must-win, but it really is a must-win. This team is not very good when they're down. I mean, no team is very good coming from a hole, but this really will be a different kind of home ice advantage tonight with very few visiting jerseys in the stands. Great energy. They've played well here. How important, you can't understate it, is this game tonight?
Well, mathematically, it's huge. You know, 86% of the teams in the NHL that win the first two games win the series. If Ottawa were to lose tonight, the numbers go up to 98% that you can't come back and win. So this is definitely a huge game, and they know it. They understand it clearly what the math is. But there's also, I can tell you, a great amount of belief in that room that they can do this. So they feel it, and I'm sure they'll feel it when they hit the ice and feel what these fans are going to bring to the ice tonight as well.
It is going to be a blast. Good luck. Have a great broadcast. Thanks for joining us out here next to the TSN 1200 booth. Appreciate it. Dean Brown, voice of the Ottawa Senators. They will be on the air with the pregame show very soon. Again, the doors open at 5:30. The team is asking everyone to be in their seats at 7:15 tonight ahead of a pregame ceremony that will get underway probably closer to 7:25. Should be spectacular ahead of what promises to be a very entertaining Game 3. Steph.
Definitely love to see the crowd building behind you, Patricia. Our Patricia Bull on special assignment tonight.
1:18 to go in overtime. Savalainen is in for Ottawa. Plays it back. Jenner scores!
Coming up on CTV News at 5, the Charge continued their push to clinch a playoff spot of their own. Here's another live check on traffic. A reminder that if you are westbound along the Queensway, Game 3 of the playoffs, lots of people headed towards Canada for that, also trying to get home. So it starts to build around Nicholas and really starts to slow down all the way out until Pinecrest. We'll be right back. Coming up tonight on CTV after the news, E-Talk starts at 7. George and Mandy's first marriage at 7:30. Next Level Chef at 8. Then you can watch The Rookie at 9, followed by back-to-back episodes of George and Mandy's first marriage before the late edition of National News that begins at 11. Now for another check on the weather forecast, Jackie is live tonight at an NFL draft party at Lansdowne. Jackie, not a bad day at all to be taking in some sports.
Absolutely. Big day, especially for Akeem Mesidor, who has shown up. He's actually taking pictures with some close friends as well. Again, big party here underway. We are at Lansdowne Park at the Med Supper Club. Red carpet is anticipated to begin within the next 45 minutes. Again, beautiful day to be out and about. Spring-like conditions. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We're showcasing Kaweki Point. It's a cool 15 degrees. There's a little bit of a breeze, but still managed to be bearable. I left the jacket at home and I have no regrets right now. Maybe it'll be different when the sun sets. Taking a look now at our satellite radar. No precipitation for Eastern Ontario in sight. Mainly cloudy skies as we get into the evening, especially for parts of Kingston, Brockville, but here in Ottawa, clear skies are in the forecast. And good news, if you are out in the red zone, out at the Canadian Tire Centre, it's going to be a fairly enjoyable weather-wise evening for everyone out and about. Tomorrow morning, likely going to be mainly sunny skies as well, and this should continue to wrap up our work week. Now, what to expect for temperatures? Well, by noon tomorrow, it's going to be about 8 degrees. It's a bit of a cool start, though. It's sitting around the freezing mark for 7 a.m., but we are warming up to about 12, 13 degrees by the time 4 p.m. rolls in. But again, it's going to be much cooler than what we did see yesterday and even today. Now, in the valley, overnight temperatures about 4 degrees, sunny, and 13 for tomorrow. And in the Seaway, temperatures are going to be about 1 degree, so much cooler. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow, daytime high of 12 degrees. But the good news is lots of sunshine is in store. You do see a little weather system moving through parts of Ontario for Saturday morning. It's really hovering around Peterborough, even parts of Barrie. It shouldn't quite reach Ottawa, may hit parts of Kingston, but it should be light rain moving through fairly quickly as we take a longer look at our long-term forecast. But as you can see, for here in Ottawa, at least sunshine in store for Friday, Saturday, mix of sun and cloud for Sunday, 15 degrees the anticipated time for the weekend. And as we look towards Monday, 18 degrees is the anticipated daytime high with a mix of sun and cloud.
Weather is brought to you by Manotick Tree. Complete tree care from start to stump.
All right, as you can see, Akeem Mesidor here at the Med Supper Club. Again, his wonderful dinner is going to take place at 6 o'clock. The watch party beginning at 8 p.m. And we will be here all night long. And we also have CTV's Sean Varden, who is covering the story for later this day. So we'll have that for you in the late show. But for now, we are here enjoying this wonderful evening. Fresh night to be out celebrating sports. If you're not at this party, if you're not at the Canadian Tire Centre, you can always hit up a patio and enjoy all the fun and the sunshine. Stefan.
The patio sounds good right about now. Thank you, Jackie. And here's a look at the stories you're checking out right now on CTVNewsOttawa.ca. As we head over to the big screen here, you can see that our breaking news banner, our red breaking news banner is up. If you click on that, the headline reads that U.S. officials are asking to advise Trump against chaotic tariff regimes. You can watch for live updates on our website. You can find all of the live updates right there. We know that the trading is back in, or the trade war is back in the headlines this week. Mark Carney commenting on that all day on Parliament Hill, taking questions. And that's because the CUSMA is up for review in just a few months from now. And people are really wanting to know where we are in those trade negotiations. So we've heard Jameson Greer. We also know that the Premier is in the spotlight, Ontario's Premier, around the conversation about American booze on Canadian shelves. It's a hot topic. All the details, CTVNewsOttawa.ca. Still to come, flying with luggage will cost you more on WestJet this spring and summer. We'll have full details on the other side of this break. Welcome back. Here's another live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. The temperature right now, 15 degrees. And here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock.
The biggest part is just come out, just give me goosebumps. I feel like all the guys, and that's the energy you kind of feed off. And yeah, that's what you dream about as a kid when you play.
Playoff hockey returns to Ottawa. Sens fans getting ready for Game 3 between Ottawa and the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. CTV's Patricia Bull and Dylan Dyson will be live at the Canadian Tire Centre.
I was assaulted. I was robbed. I was violated. Broad daylight.
Ottawa police anticipating a rise in so-called distraction thefts this summer. CTV's Caitlin Wilson will have the stories of two people targeted just hours apart.
We have enough room. We're ready to go into detailed negotiations. We're also ready to wait if that's what has to happen.
Plus, Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada is more than ready to iron out ongoing trade issues with the United States ahead of the CUSMA review. Now the final 5 other stories we're following today, including charging towards a playoff spot.
1:18 to go in overtime. Savalainen is in for Ottawa. Plays it back. Jenner! Score!
Charge captain Brianne Jenner with the overtime winner as Ottawa beats Boston 2-1. The Charge return home to host Toronto in the final game of the regular season on Saturday. The Charge will clinch a playoff spot as long as they don't lose in regulation time to the Scepters.
I think it's a game changer for our passengers and for flight crews who are steps away from the terminal. It's going to be especially great for passengers who are leaving on those really early morning flights.
Travelers have a new place to stay while visiting Ottawa. The Alt Hotel Ottawa Airport officially opened its doors today. The 178-room hotel is connected to the airport terminal by a covered walkway. This is the Germain Hotel Group's 3rd location in Ottawa. WestJet passengers will be paying more to bring luggage on board. The airline is hiking baggage fees amid soaring jet fuel prices. WestJet says it will cost an extra $10 for the first and second bag checked at the airport. Passengers with overweight or oversized luggage will pay $50 more. You will be able to ride your bike, rollerblade, or walk and run along NCC parkways this summer. The National Capital Commission unveiled the NCC Weekend Bike Days lineup today. The Kitchie-Zibi-Macan, the Sir George Etienne Cartier Parkway, and Queen Elizabeth Driveway will be closed to vehicles on Saturdays, Sundays, and holiday Mondays between May 9th and October 12th.
We've partnered with the Metcalfe Fairgrounds to showcase some great live music.
Jim Cuddy, Alan Frew, and Sam Roberts will headline a music festival this summer celebrating 170 years of the Metcalfe Fairgrounds. The 3-day Ottawa Music Festival will be held August 14th to 16th. There'll also be a rib fest and food trucks on display. Thanks for watching, everyone.